Hello, welcome to Online College Algebra. I am your teacher, Mrs. Cecil. If you haven't used Schoology before, when you log in, this is what it'll look like. It'll look like a little news feed. One thing I want to show you from here is up here is the calendar. And from the calendar, this will list what we're doing in class on a normal basis and when things are due. To get to our course, go to Courses, and then you'll click on Online College Algebra, wherever that shows up for you. Okay, so you're working here in the orientation folder. So after the video, don't forget to go back and do the orientation quiz and the academic honesty agreement. Those will be easy test points, and you want to get those done right away. Okay. So first, we have this UMKC enrollment. So this is a dual credit course through UMKC. And so here's a link. And this is to their website, and this explains to you how to get enrolled. So you will need to fill out the online application. And so here's a little video about it. Then you will have a paper form you need to fill out, and on this paper form there is a payment option your parents need to sign. So there's two things that you really have to get done. Is that whole paper application, get that turned in by next Friday the 24th. If you are at Lee Summit High School, you can come turn it in to me. This is where I teach. I'm in room B208. If you are at Lee Summit North, you can take it to the Counseling Center and give it to Shelly McCain. If you are at Lee Summit West, you can take it to your Counseling Center and give it to April Marquez. Okay, so get that paper turned in by next Friday, because I got to get that over to UMKC, and then also do the online application. If you don't do both of those, then you don't get enrolled. And if you don't get enrolled, then there's nothing you can do. They are very strict with their deadlines. You would have to be moved to a different class. Okay. So I also want to talk to you a little bit about just the course information. So here's my contact information. Main thing, if you have any questions, please email me. That's probably the best way. And if you really need some help, feel free to come see me before or after school. Send me an email so I know to expect you, especially if you're traveling from a different school, so we allow time for that. Sometimes it's just not possible to get to school, so I have set up times to do Google Hangouts, and we kind of talk through the computer that way. Okay. All right, so there will be 2 to 3 assignments per chapter. You'll get 2 attempts on each assignment. You have to do both attempts before the due date in order to get credit for them. No late work for assignments. You can still do them, but you will not get credit. There will be usually just 1 quiz per chapter and 1 test. You only get 1 chance. And there will be a time limit on these, plenty of time. But I want to make sure that you actually know it and you're not having to spend time looking up every single problem in your notes or the book or whatever. You should know the material well enough that you have time to complete it in that time limit. If there are problems where because a lot of times I'll have you take pictures of your work, and so if it's taking a long time for the pictures to upload or whatever, then just send me an email. I understand that happens sometimes. You have to do the review before you can do the tests, and you can do the reviews an unlimited amount of times. And so the reviews won't show as a due date, but those are due the same time as the test. Your final, there will be an in-person final at the end of each semester. The first semester is Wednesday, December 12th from 2:30 to 4 p.m. You can take this at your school. There will be designated rooms, and you'll do this in Schoology. However, on second semester, it'll be a year-long final exam, and that is because this class is normally just taught in 1 semester at UMKC. So we stretch it out for a year. So in our final second semester, we have to test you on everything. It's usually the last week of April, and it'll be after school, and you will take this with me. So you will have to come to Lee Summit High School to take this final exam. I will give you specific dates, and I let you choose between 2 dates because I know sometimes one of those does not work. You will take this on paper, with a pencil and a calculator, and not on your Chromebook. Here's the grade breakdown. Check PowerSchool for the most accurate grade. I will post my notes daily that I do in class because I also teach this face-to-face. So I will post the PDF of my notes. But I do have videos from a couple of years ago when I taught this. So I recorded myself teaching this in class. So for every lesson there is a video for it, but then I'll put the most up-to-date PDF file from class to class on there. They're about the same, but there might just be little differences. Okay, check your email every day. That's my only way to communicate with you since I don't see you normally. Stay on top of your work. You should spend 1 to 2 hours a day on this course. Assignments you can redo twice and reviews an unlimited amount of times, so take advantage of that. Work out the problems during the notes. So don't just watch the video or don't just look at the PDF file and not do anything about it. Practice the examples by yourself. Okay. All right, and then this is how do I type in my answer. That's for some fill-in-the-blank answers, but I think most of those are pretty straightforward. But if you run into any issues on not knowing how to type something in, you can check there. Okay, so the first chapter is called the review chapter, and we have our notes folder. So for example, what we're going to do on Thursday, so this Thursday, the 16th, is this R1. And here's the video. So like I said, this is from a couple years ago. I recorded myself. And then after I teach this on Thursday, so Thursday afternoon after school, I will also post the PDF that I used in class as well, and I will post that in this same section. Then we have these practice homework assignments. So these are assignments from the book, and these are practice. I'm not going to give you points for these, but I highly recommend doing these. These are going to help prepare you for your tests. And then here we have your assignments, quiz, and test. So here's the review. Again, it does not show up having a due date, so it is due the exact same time as the test, but you do need to do the review first. So really, you could not turn them in at the same time because you have to do the review before you can do the test. Then I have some additional videos just if you're struggling and you want a little bit more help. I found these videos on YouTube, and they go along with what I was teaching. Okay, so don't forget to fill out your online application and the paper application for UMKC. Get those paper applications turned in by August 24th. Okay, and then let me know if you have any questions. So feel free to get started. Do your orientation quiz and your academic honesty agreement too as soon as possible. Thanks.